Acing a job interview doesn't mean having a perfect resume or saying all the right things at a job interview. It means knowing who you are before the interview, know what you're about, show up ready to talk about it like a relatable, informative asset. You don't have to be a robot with memorized lines. You just need to understand how to present your professional you without sounding like you're trying to sell something. It's not about being slick, it's about being strategic and conversationally relatable. Before anything else, you've got to know yourself. Before anything else, you've got to know yourself. You really need to sit down and think, what are you good at in the work environment? What do you love doing in the work environment? What have you been praised for in the work environment, especially in jobs that weren't glamorous and were quite frankly another pain to do? Figure that out first and make peace with it. Make peace with your strengths and your weaknesses. That is what I mean by make peace with it. Those elements are your strong foundation when you walk into an interview space. You can't walk into an interview asking for a job without knowing what you bring to the table. You need to walk in already knowing what you will give the company and the team and the role from day one. And to give this to the interviewers, you will want to build a rota of clear stories from your past jobs that highlight your strengths and your successes, as well as your weaknesses. That way, when someone asks you, tell me about yourself, you're not giving a useless biography about your life or scrambling and hesitating to say something that seems profound. That will all come off as random. So instead, study that job description like it is a final exam. Don't skim through it once, sit with it. Ask yourself, what kind of person would thrive in this role? And am I that person? And if so, how? How do I know that I'm that person? Ask yourself, what kind of teammate might they be missing in this team? What are they really trying to fix by hiring someone new like me? What can I give them that they don't already have? Read between the lines of the job description. Your clever, targeted answers to these questions will get you into the head of the hiring manager. And when you do that, your answers will not. And when you do that, you can tailor your answers to show them that you're not just a good worker, you are the right worker for that job. You're someone who needs to know. You're someone who knows what's needed already and have proven to them that you can get them what they want. You're someone who needs. You're someone who knows what's needed already and have a proven plan that can get that team and company exactly what they want. During the actual interview, it's not about staging yourself, it's about schmoozing in order to have a conversation. You're schmoozing to have a conversation. Embrace your humanity. Pay attention to the vibe of the room and steer the flow of the conversation by highlighting what you know you do best and how that is a missing asset for your prospective employer. So you're not begging for a job. You're not begging for that job. You need to turn the tables and make them want you. All the while, you're there to see if this role is a good fit for both you and the employer. Interviews aren't meant to be scary if you stop treating them like school exams and start seeing them for what they really are. They're chats, they're conversations, they're dinner table talk with people who need you and are hoping you might be the solution to their current urgent problem. And believe me, that problem is urgent. They just put money into the hiring process to find a you. When you talk about your experience, keep it simple. Don't ramble and try not to over-explain. Just keep it to 1 to 3 minute answers. Talk about the situation, talk about what you did, and talk about what happened, and talk about the results. People remember stories. Build it into a story and not so much some kind of rendition of a bullet point resume. Make it a story that shows off a real skill that you have, a real skill that is required by the job description, or a moment of truth and learning and real growth. Always remember, end strong by ending the story of your example positively. And then comes the end of the interview. Ask questions that show that you have thought well and hard and good about that particular job and that you are thinking long term about how you will consistently be their missing asset. And ideally, you're not just trying to get hired. Of course, that's what you want. But instead, you're trying to make sure that this particular place fits what you need as well. But that level of control may not always be within your current power, and I understand that all too well. So pay attention to what they say and don't just accept it if something sounds off. Ask them, question them. Don't ignore statements from an interview panel that seem fishy. Always follow up, but follow up with class and confidence. And if the job is right, that's fantastic. And if it's not, that is fine too. It really is okay. Maybe Maybe that's the hardest part to accept if you're desperate for a job, or if this upcoming interview is one of your first high paying, high profile job interview. Don't be desperate. Be prepared. So the real way to win interviews isn't about So the real way to ace interviews isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared, being yourself, and knowing how to take control of your own professional story. When you approach it like that, you'll stop hoping that they'll pick you. And instead, you'll start deciding whether or not you're going to pick them. Learn more tricks of the trade about your career development and progression by subscribing to Amadeo's YouTube channel. You'll get expert support on your resume, your cover letters, and your interview strategies. On the official website, you can view Amadeo's past clients' resumes, download free templates, and access the blog on the latest tips and trends for job hunting in today's world. Learn more about rising in your career, acing interviews, and speaking confidently and professionally without hesitation. All the details are in the description box. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help this channel grow more. And I'll see you next time with new unique tips and informative content on getting well-paid jobs and rising on your career ladder.